right, check. 1, 2. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Arcway, home of menswear and styling. So today's video, I have a pair of Doc Martens. These are the 1460 monochrome boots. So these are basically the most iconic boots of the selection. If you guys have seen my pickup video, you guys would have seen that I reviewed these shoes in the pickup collection. So this is the video of the review. So the few things that you guys can be seeing within this video is the sizing, me talking about what's the best size fitting for you. Also, we're talking about the style. We're going to be talking about the material. We're going to be talking about the durability of this, and at the same time, why you use it in the winter. And I'm going to show you guys how I style this pair of shoe. I think you guys love my style videos enough that you guys always ask me in the comments, hey, style these pair of shoes. So I'm going to run through a few different looks so you guys can see how I put these shoes together. So if you're looking for a good investment into a pair of boots, this is the video for you. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Arcway, home of menswear and styling. My name is Toulouse, coming out of Toronto, Canada, and today we have something very, very special for you guys. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys subscribe and join the Yacht Club by subscribing down below, and let's get into this video. So first thing we're gonna get into is the styling of the shoe. So the reason why I purchased these shoes is because, one, I need a shoe for the winter, but at the same time I needed a black military boot. And if you're looking in the market for a military boot, I highly recommend checking out the 1460s because this is such a classic look. Interesting fact about Doc Martens is that initially they were made for policemen and like warehouse workers, but it caught the attraction of the subculture. So you got the punk to the skinheads to the various versions to the hippies. So in between that range, more the hippie side, I fit into that category. But typically this was used as a workman boot at the same time, even in the police force. But looking at this boot, you can just see how it can attract so many different genres at the same time, even in this modern day, that this boot is still around. So if you're looking for something more sleek and you don't want to have like the big name brands all posted around, you know how some shoes do it, but if you guys want to be sleek with your style, go for the all black look. It adds a mystery, but it actually shows Doc Marten in the tag right here. Ideally, you won't have the yellow stitching all around, so that's the biggest difference there. The next thing we're gonna be talking about is sizing. So when it does come down to finding your right size, you can actually stick true to size. For me, I'm a size 12. I purchased a size 12 and I fit a size 12. So from my experience of being size 12, me fitting this boot, it fits like a glove. It doesn't feel too big or too small. It just fits just right. But from there, I will say that the comfortability is subpar because the first week, maybe the first 2 weeks is rough. I remember putting these shoes on and it was like a brick. Over time, it does soften, it does mold to your feet, and it gets better over time. And that is something that I thought wasn't true, but it is true. If you guys never worn boots or you're getting into boots, something like this is actually quite heavy on the feet, but over time it just gets lighter and lighter. So invest in a pair of Doc Martens because they'll last you twice as long than any boot you have invested in. So next thing is the durability. So when it does come to the durability of these boots, the one great thing about this is that there's many great things about this, but one of them being it has a Goodyear sole. So what that is essentially is the manufacturer, instead of it being hand stitched, it is manufactured stitch. So it has about I think about 4 or 5 layering process, and it is compressed by a machine and it's stitched down through the machine into the sole of the shoe. What we can just say right now, it's really a craft in this because it's completely layered within different layers of the sole, holding up the durability at the same time. This is something that can just last for so long. Even for the bottom of the shoe, as you guys can just see the rubber at the bottom of the shoe, that's gonna take a while for the shoe to break down. At the same time, it just holds up so well. Inside it is kind of thin, so maybe that's perfect for someone who wears thicker socks. I don't have any problems with it. So now I'm gonna show you some details about the shoe so you guys can get an idea of what it looks like. So inside the shoe, I don't know if you guys can see that, maybe I'll get a better lighting angle, but it does say Doc Martens in the shoe sole. It does have Doc Martens on the heel tag as well. If you turn it around, black shoelaces, thin leather, Like I said before, just to let you guys know, this shoe is made in Vietnam. If you guys are looking for better construction of a pair of shoes, definitely invest into made in England, because that's initially where they're from. So you'll get the highest quality. If it comes into tiers, I'll just say that Vietnam is just probably just about under from made in England. So made in England would be like the top tier. I know New Balance has the same thing, or made in USA. It just has different manufacturing quotas and standards of how they produce shoes. So if you want to get something that's maybe a little more top tier with quality, I'm not saying these aren't, but they truly are. But if you want to say, hey, these are made in England, get yourself a made in England boot. But these are made in Vietnam, and they're fine. And honestly, they're dope. As you guys can see in the back heel, it does have like a stitching on the left and right hand side. As you come closer towards the toe, you get a 3-piece stitching on the side here as well. Also, you got a black laces. Very simple shoe. Typically when it shows on most of the pair of boots or the 1460s, the yellow stitching, this has a black stitching all around, so it has a nice slim detail to that, making it look iconic but at the same time mysterious. For me, this boot is like a G. It holds up, it gets you through the mud. At the same time, even when it comes down to snow, I don't feel like my foot is actually getting cold in this. I feel like there's a heating system installed in this, like there's some type of heating system within the sole I was reading about, but my feet don't sweat. I don't feel cold in this shoe, so that is a great sign. But pretty much for me, I basically purchased this shoe for the fall and the winter. For the spring, this isn't waterproof. I looked it up. This isn't waterproof. You'll still get water drops in your shoe, so keep that in mind. As we're in the winter right now and we got hit with a snowstorm, these hold up. So make sure you invest in a pair of these. I'll leave the link down below so you guys check it out. So when it comes down to pricing for the Doc Martens, you're gonna be looking at paying about $200 for these pair of shoes, not only for the genuine material, but at the same time for the manufacturing and for the longevity of the history of the pair of shoes. So make sure to break out that wallet and invest. make sure you keep in mind that this is an investment. So when you do pay for a pair of shoes, or about $130, just invest that extra money into a pair of shoes that's gonna last you twice as long. So keep that in mind when you're looking into buying materials, especially when it comes down to clothing. So this is why I invested $200 plus tax into this pair of shoes, and I'm gonna show you guys how I style this pair of shoe. I think you guys love my style videos enough that you guys always ask me in the comments, hey, style these pair of shoes. So I'm gonna run through a few different looks so you guys can see how I put these shoes together. At the same time, thank you guys for watching Arcway, a new direction of a modern man, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.